What's up, YouTube? Just want to do a quick rating on this ECX AMP MT. Excuse me. Originally, this comes with a 2-in-1 20 amp unit and like a little small transmitter. Basically for kids. Also, an 1800 milliamp NIM battery. It's a nickel metal. So I never drove it like that because, as you know, I got this as a open box and there was no transmitter in it. So the factory forgot to put the transmitter in it. The original owner opened his box, found out there wasn't a transmitter, he sent it back. All the packaging was still there, was still wrapped in bubble wrap and everything else, so that's cool for me. And I did not want that transmitter anyway, or that 2-in-1 speed controller. The first thing most people do is swap out that speed control. The cool thing about that speed control is it does take a 3-wire servo, so you don't have to change out your servo. A lot of times when you have a 2-in-1 unit, it has a 5-wire servo, so when you switch over, you got to buy a transmitter, and you've also with a transmitter with the receiver, and then you have to buy your ESC, and you have to buy a servo as well. With this, you don't have to. It's got the same servo that comes in the Torment and the Ruckus and things like that. Anyway, it's got these speed tread tires. They're probably the best ones I've had so far. The ECX speed treads that come on the ready to runs don't have foam, but these ones are the most grippy and the most soft and pliable. The ones on my Ruckus and the ones on my Torment are hard like rocks, and they're not very good whatsoever. I mean, they're cool if you know you're getting some mud or some dirt, but like loose stuff. But like on a prep track or on the street or on grass, they slip around and they don't really get good traction. They're too hard. Anyway, what I did was I used the Arma ESC. It's the Arma ESC, which is a 40 amp ESC. It's got the jumpers here to adjust from your reverse and your LiPo. So you can go nickel metal or LiPo or reverse on and off. And basically this is just a Hobbywing 1040 ESC. They're the exact same things, and Arma just bought a bunch of them and rebranded them for their mega version, I guess. And it's got the 20 turn 540 dynamite motors. Shin RC did a review on these motors. Well, he did a review on a bunch of motors. And this is the one he picked for his Grasshopper. I think it's 22 or 23,000 RPM. And I'm running on 3S, so it's a lot more than that. And it can take 3S all day, but any brush motor running 3S is going to wear your brushes out faster than if you ran on nickel metal or 2S, and that's just the way it is. So if you're going to run 3S a lot, I would get like an open bell, rebuildable brush motor and get some high quality brushes. And that way, you know, if your brushes start to burn up or anything like that, you can just change them. When I used to race, we used to go through brushes every race. We'd have, our motors were so fast, and we'd put like 7-cell packs on them and stuff like that. And man, they would just be a blur down the straightaway, but they would only last about one race. So we take them apart, clean them up, put some new brushes in them, and we're good to go. So I recommend doing that if you're gonna run 3S. Because 3S will wear brushes out faster because of the higher voltage and because of the higher RPM mainly. Anyway, so this has got the plastic universal shafts, and they work fine. I've got these on the Torment and the Ruckus as well. No problem with these. You can upgrade to Traxxas. I think they might be a little bit stronger, but I don't see why unless you're going to put some kind of crazy system in here. Your slipper clutch is right here. I'm not sure the pinion is probably a 16 to 19. I'm not positive. Don't hold me to that. Like I said, I'm running the 3S in here. You get a 6 kg servo. The only problem that I didn't like about this steering setup was the servo saver. Let's see if we can see that. Let me turn that. So the servo saver is right there. And if you can see, it's one of those kind that kind of just open up. They don't have a spring on them or anything like that. So you could probably wrap that with a fishing wire or something like that, or just maybe get a better steering servo. And also these are a little bit too pliable. So with this saver and this kind of really soft plastics on these arms here. It's a little bit wobbly sometimes on certain surfaces, like on rough terrain. It's a little wobbly, but adjustable turnbuckles, aluminum turnbuckles, and servo saver, or just tighten that servo saver should take care of that, no problem. This thing's rugged. This thing's tough. It's got oil-filled shocks. There are plastic bodies. They're well dampened in the front. The back though is a little bit under. I would put some thinner oil in the back because it doesn't come up all the way, but it's not bad, not bad at all. This is the buggy chassis, so it's pretty much like the Boost or whatever they had, and the Circuit. It's like a hybrid between that kind of the Boost and the Circuit, and it's cool. These tires are like about the same size as a short course, except they're just a little bit wider. This is a great truck, especially for a beginner. I'm positive, with that 2-in-1 20 amp and a nickel metal, this thing would be perfect for a kid, And then like if you want to step it up a little bit, you change out your ESC and stuff like that. You run a 2S, and then we just want to get going pretty quickly. You put a 3S in here, and if you notice on my videos, the 3S in this thing rips. It rips. It's fun. It's actually really fun. If I were to rate this with the stock electronics, I'm gonna have to take a point away for that 2-in-1 unit. I'm gonna have to take a point away for that little tiny transmitter it comes with, and also for this front end issues with that servo saver setup. So pretty much around 7 out of 10. But I've got different electronics in here, so it's pretty much an 8 out of 10 the way it sits right now. And if I change these turnbuckles over and do a few things, this thing's gonna be a great truck. I recommend this for sure for a kid or for someone like me, who's been in the hobby for a long time, because it's fun. It's fun, You look away from stuff like this, you're like, oh, I don't want to buy that. Look at that little transmitter. How much is it? It's cheap. I don't know if it's any good. ECX makes some good stuff, and even this one. This is a great product. And in fact, I kind of like this one better than my Torment, if you want to be honest. And the wheelbase looks kind of short on this, but it's actually really not that short. We can look at this 10 scale right here. This is a longer 10 scale, and it's only a tiny bit longer than that, So it just kind of seems like a short, but it's on a decent sized buggy chassis. It's a monster truck, but really, it's more like a stadium truck or maybe even a short course. It's not really a monster truck. I guess they consider it a monster truck, but it's, like I said, it's on a buggy chassis and stuff, and it's not that high up and everything like that, but it is fun. 3S, this thing will do wheelies all day. So anyway, this is it's got to be like a 7 out of 10. It's got to be more like an 8 out of 10 the way it sits now, though. Now that I've got some good electronics in here, or some decent electronics with LiPo and stuff. So that's my review on this amp, man. It's fun, and I recommend it. I have a good time driving this, and you don't have to worry about this. It's not like, oh, you're afraid to like break it or anything like that, because it's not that expensive. It's built with really strong plastics, and they have a good reputation for being tough cars. So that's my review on this, my afterthoughts. You guys have a good one, all right? Peace.